Hey babe, you hungry?
I could eat. Today we'll be making steaks with a chunky salad, and for the first time ever we will be trying some boxed wine to drink. We've heard great things about boxed wine these days, and you get 4 bottles in this box, so I mean, even if it's not that great, you can cook with it forever. So with our chunky salad, basically what we do is we'll be using a cucumber, we'll be using tomatoes, avocado, onion, a red pepper, and we actually bought these crispy jalapenos. So what we basically do with this though is we just cut everything up into chunks, and there's no lettuce or anything. That's our salad.
Yeah, real simple, quick to make. We're doing a real quick dinner tonight. Our wine, it's Vinvault. It is a Chardonnay, straight out of Cali. This box is 3 liters, so it's quite a bit. Hopefully it's good. Cheers the steak.
It just tastes like pears to me. It's not bad, it's just not great.
Yeah. I mean, it's not bad. I drink it, no problem. So this is a perfect,
Yeah.
Again, it's Vinvault Chardonnay. It says it's premium, but I'd question that. It's a good table wine. That's what I would say. It is a cheap, good table wine. This big box, it was on sale. I think it was $13 or $14.
We get 4 bottles out of this though, so for the $14 or whatever we paid, it was really kind of a steal, honestly.
I'm actually going to let this glass sit for a while and see if maybe it gets a little better. With the steaks, I happen to have butcher's paper here, but foil, saran wrap, anything will work really. We have just petite beef sirloins. Doesn't really matter what kind of steak. New York steak's really pretty much my favorite. We're going to start with coating it in salt, just sea salt here. The idea is to coat it in salt and let it sit for about 40 minutes. If you don't have that type of time, a good 3 to 4 minute wait time will work. The idea is when you put salt on it and you let it soak for the first couple minutes, 3 to 4 minutes like I said, it won't draw too much moisture out. If you wait much longer, if you're waiting 5, 10, 15 minutes, the problem is you're going to draw a lot of the moisture out of the steak, and that's really going to make it a little tough. At a certain point though, at about that 30 to 40 minute mark, what happens is it's drawing so much moisture out and it's absorbed by the salt that it turns into a brine. And at that 30 to 40 minute mark, the steak will start absorbing that brine again, and that's really what you want. You want to absorb that brine because it'll break it down and tenderize the meat again. So, both sides. And it'll end up going in the refrigerator for about 40 minutes. Before we're going to cook it though, we are going to pull it out and let it get to room temperature.
By the way, if you have watched any of our videos before, you know that I do not like black pepper. Jason decided to try to sneak black pepper into some of our food recently, and I threw away the black pepper because I told him if he can't be a responsible adult with our spices, then he cannot have black pepper. We're gonna go ahead and start cutting up this cucumber now. So we just cut it. Sometimes I cut it into halves or quarters. You can cut it, however big you want the chunks to be. I'm going to add all these cucumbers into this big bowl I have here, and then we'll move on to the next vegetable.
Red bell pepper here.
We are amateurs, so if I'm cutting this the wrong way, if there's some bell pepper secret that chefs know about that I don't, deal with it. Okay. Alright, so we're adding the rest of this pepper.
Avocado. Just real quickly cut it in half here. These are some jumbo avocados we picked up. The regular Hass avocados that I would buy look like crap. And then we'll just go ahead and slice it while it's still in the peel here. And grab a spoon, scoop it out. Relatively simple.
So, next we're gonna cut up some tomatoes. We just have Roma tomatoes, but any kind of tomatoes you like will do. Some people like cherry tomatoes, and you can just toss those in whole.
Yeah, we've done the cherry tomatoes. I like that. I could just cut them in half, but she's not as big of a fan of it as I am.
So now we're gonna add the tomatoes that I just cut up. I only did 2 Roma tomatoes. I figured that should be enough. There's only 2 of us here. Next we're gonna cut up our onion. We have a sweet yellow onion to use.
Alright, so she's done with the onions.
Yes.
I wanted to try the wine again and see if it's any better now. It's a little sweeter. I prefer buttery Chardonnays, but it's still a table wine. Oh well. So the steaks should be at room temperature by now, but since this is a quick dinner, I am going to use the propane. I do like to take an onion and you use it on the grill to coat it to make it non-stick a little bit and to give it a good flavor. I do have tongs and a fork and everything else I could use, but there's no need. We have this Dean Jacobs Chipotle pre-mixed. Again, since this is just a quick cook video, this is what we're going to use.
That's my piece, right? The fatty one?
Yeah, the fatty one is Sheena's because she loves to have the fatty meats. And then mine.
Here's the chunky salad after I mixed it. It looks pretty damn good.
Did you add the ghost salt?
I have not yet.
So again, we have our Uncle Polly's ghost pepper salt. You can just add regular salt. I prefer in something like this to do a big grain salt. So we'll add a little of this to get some spice. I think that's probably plenty. It comes out pretty fast. Grill is pushing 425. I'm gonna, real quick before I put the steaks on, I'm gonna put the onion across one more time. Now the steaks, we are just gonna sear for 3 to 5 minutes on each side. It's gonna depend on the thickness.
The thickness. We are going to taste these crispy jalapenos, which we plan to put on top of our salad, but we've never had them before, so we want to taste them.
Not too coated, which I like that. I don't want it too thick.
It actually has a little spice. Yeah, it needs more.
Oh yeah. It's got a very little spice. It's
not
good.
too bad.
I like it.
I wasn't expecting it.
That's gonna be really good to sprinkle it on top of the salad when we're about ready to serve it.
Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and add our dressing, which our dressing, we're just using some champagne balsamic, I think it's white
It's a
balsamic vinegar.
Yeah, champagne vinegar.
So that'll be really good, especially with a little bit of spice from the ghost pepper salt and the jalapeno, the crispy jalapenos.
Vinegar, it's gonna add a nice little tang to it.
And it's champagne, so it can't be bad, right?
So not that you can probably see since it's dark out, but it's been about 3.5 minutes. I'm gonna turn it and let them sit for another 3 to 5 minutes. So the steak that's going outside, once it's done cooking on the second side, what I'm gonna do is take it off the grill, put it in foil. I'm gonna wrap it up tight, and then I'm gonna let it rest for about 10 minutes. What that's gonna do is some of the juices that would naturally escape, it's gonna be reabsorbed into the steak and keep it nice and juicy. The other side of it is, since we're just searing it real quick, it'll allow it to cook to that medium rare, which Sheena and I prefer. So it should be great.
I feel like I don't have enough camera time. Cheers!
Here's the steaks off the grill. And I just stack them, and I'm going to fold them. All right. And we're gonna let it sit for about 10 minutes. Oh my God, it smells so good. Seems to be cutting just right. So for us, that's actually a little too pink, not enough red. It look really good. It smells so good, and it's cutting so easy. Really, this is so tender. It's cutting really without any effort. So here is Sheena's. I don't know if you can see in the, yeah, I think you can see. It's actually pinker. The more we cut it up, it's definitely looking good. Nice and medium rare. You might not be able to tell, but there's still quite a bit of juices.
And we added a little bit of the crispy jalapenos just on top because we didn't want them to be soggy in the salad itself. But I'm going to go ahead and taste this steak. It is absolutely delicious. It was very juicy. Hope you enjoyed this video, and we hope you enjoy our food. Thank you.